Sometimes you have to travel 1,000 miles, as we did to Sebring, Florida, to find people that actually live in your backyard. Have a husband and wife team that races in the American Le Mans Series. They're on a GT2, and they're with me right now, Dave Robertson and Andrea Robertson. Great to see you. Beautiful sunshine here. It's great because back home where we live, they're looking at 18 inches of snow. But you've been on the track. You're out testing, getting ready for the 12 Hours of Sebring. And how did this husband and wife thing kind of happen? I'll start with you, Andrew. Women always first, Dave.
Well, it was basically his idea. I mean, when I was younger, I did drag racing, mini bikes, dirt bikes, drive out in the cornfield and just bury the cars, just having fun. And then he went over to Waterford Hills. He was just kind of putzing around. I was busy working. I had my own business at the time. And he looked at a few races. He talked about it. And the next year we bought a Spec Racer Ford and we shared it. Loved it so much. He ended up buying a Formula Ford and I stayed in the Spec Racer Ford, and we just kept at it. We just really the adrenaline rush, the emotions, the people we got involved with. It just hasn't stopped. I don't think it'll stop for a long time.
And that kind of sums it up, David, right? How you two got started in this?
Pretty much. I mean, I'd wanted to do it when I was in college. I had a Lotus to drive to work and drive to school. I bought the roll bar kit, joined SCCA, thought I'd race it on weekends, and I quickly realized I'm out of time and I'm out of money. And I realized you're going to be out of time and you're going to be out of money for 25 or 30 years, so it didn't happen. But I went out to look at the historic races tied to Meadowbrook out at Waterford Hills. Really interesting. And then I got to realizing through that club, it is feasible to start and it is feasible to fit it into our work schedule with the airline. So we did it by sharing a car the first year, and then it just kept growing. I bought a Formula Ford because I'd seen it on Wide World of Sports in 1968 and thought I'll do that some year when I have time and money. But that was 30 years later. But it's not the right car for a big guy. When I got into the Paynos GTS running GT2, we started having some success. The Spec Racer, that's a wonderful thing too. We still have that to go out and learn tracks and practice with. It's a fun car.
Well, here you are in a GT2. You have two cars that you're going to have at the 12 Hours of Sebring. That's a little more than running a Spec Series or just SCCA. I mean, you've taken it to the nth degree.
Well, sure. We came down here in 2005 and ran our Paynos in the Paynos Development Series, which was an opening act for the 12 Hour Sebring. And we watched the Paynos car with David Brabham and Sebastian Bourdais win the race. And we knew a lot of people at Paynos, a lot of design engineers and so on. And we came to the conclusion we could do this. And we bought a Paynos car to run it next year. We quickly moved into the Ford GT when that opportunity presented itself. But we did realize we could do it. You just got to break it into bite-sized chunks that you can manage. And each step of the way, you got to break it down to something you can learn to do and then move on to the next level. Getting these people is key. When we realized, you know, oh boy, we need somebody to do this, that, and the other thing, the list is huge. We started shopping around for teams that might be in the business of doing it for us. And among the others we interviewed was Dick Barber Racing. They had just finished a Lamborghini program and they had availability and a Rolodex that thick of people to fill every slot. That's how we got these wonderful people. But what a good decision that was, because now we've got really, really sharp engineers and crew people and contacts for everything we need. It's the key to doing it.
Andrea, I've been watching you in the testing. Unfortunately, as we're talking right now, you got a little engine problem in one of the cars, an engine change coming about, but you're like there when the driver gets out because you've had Anthony Lazzaro also out, a well-known racer in one of the cars shaking it out, but you're getting all the information. I saw you down with the puddles of oil. You're down with the shop rag. You're really into it.
Yes, I am. I never leave the pit box during racing or testing. I'm right there. I want to see what's going on, how the cars are performing, how we're doing. The drivers come in, I DM, we call Dave Murray, we call him DM. He comes in, I want a full feedback on the car. What can I expect? What do I need to know? So when I get out there, how much, well, my concentration, of course, but my handling. So I want all the information. And yes, if we have a mechanical, I'll be right there. The boys know I can help. I want to know what happened, what's going on. And, you know, we don't always have the answers when we have a mechanical. We know something happened, but we may not necessarily know right now what let loose and went on the engine.
But we will know.
But we will. And the group of people we have, I have to just hats off to them and grin. They've been with us since we basically the whole group, most of the group since the Paynos era. And they've had opportunities and job offers to go elsewhere, and it's like, no, we're going to stick here. We like Dave and Andrea, we like the program, we like the cars, and bless them, because we work hard, we know where we want to be and where we want to put the cars, and it is a lot of hard work. And if you don't have the dedication, well, but we're at it. We're adamant.
You know, a lot of people may look at what they call the gentleman driver and I guess the gentlewoman driver, which of course are the non-professionals out there. Well, they're just doing it kind of as a lark, kind of as a fun thing. But David, I've got 2 transporters here that are full. And yeah, more than a lark?
Each year we get closer to what the David Murrays are capable of doing in the car. That keeps it fun for us. Every year we get closer. But it's going to be exciting for these guys this year, having one car with 3 top-notch pros in it, an all-out effort to go after the championship with it. It's going to be fun for everybody involved, including us.
Well, let's talk about the 3 pros that you're going to have in the one car. I mentioned Anthony Lazzaro.
Yeah, Anthony Lazzaro and David Murray, of course. It looks like we have Rob Bell for Petit Le Mans and for Sebring. It's a little bit uncertain who we might have if we run 3 at the other longer ALMS race. And Le Mans is still open right now. There's a lot of people being talked to, but the final decision is not made, nor is the final acceptance to go to Le Mans. We should know by about February 19. The preliminary announcements are on the 9th for guaranteed entries. They have a period of time to determine if they're going to go, and that determines how many other slots open up, which determines whether or not we get to go. But we're hoping to take 2 cars to Le Mans.
Andrea, would you be jumping into a car at Le Mans? I mean, is that the dream? Have you raced at Le Mans yet?
Never, but I'm the girl to do it.
That's right. That's right.
What would that mean to you? I mean, that's one of the races that's on my bucket list to go to that I haven't been to. It and the Monaco Grand Prix are 2 of the races I haven't been to yet. I've been to the other big races. And to me, if I was a driver and had a chance, even if I went out and, you know, all 4 tires fell off on the first lap, I go, okay, I ran in the 24-hour Le Mans.
Still took the green flag, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I've actually beefed up my training program. I've been very adamant since we started, and I still remember the conversation with H in 2007 at Petit Le Mans about, well, you know, you really need to start working out for the endurance. And it's like, not that I was out of shape because I'm a very active person, but I have really upped what I do with my weights and my cardio, because if I'm asked, Andrea, can you double stint, perhaps triple stint, I want to be able to say, yes, I can do it. Keep me out there. Give me tires, give me fuel, let me go.
David, they always say, how do you make a small fortune in racing?
Start with a large.
Start with a large fortune. What about this? I mean, this isn't a hobby here.
No, it's a lot of things, but it is partly a hobby, and it's a lot of other things. But I'd like it to be an ongoing venture. I would like to be in the car another year or 2, and at some point like to be an owner. I'd like to be part of this for a long time. But we have upped the efforts now to raise sponsor money to make it an ongoing effort, since obviously it cannot be funded off my 401k forever. But we have cranked up the effort. We'll have a lot more things you'll see where people can get involved at different levels. It'll be fun.
I got to ask, how did you 2 meet? Because you're obviously having a great time and you're racing together here. It's a sport you like. Did racing bring you together, or was it before that?
It was actually before that. In a way, we're kind of totally opposite, but we have certain interests that keep us together. We've known each other and been together, 18 years now.
93.
We met in the airlines. We're both airline people, pilots, and I'm dispatch, manage dispatch, so we got aviation backgrounds. He's a bigwig pilot with all these licenses. I'm a pilot, private pilot, but it was the airlines that brought us together. That's how we first met.
And you're having fun, Dave. You 2, I mean, you're smiling, you're having a great time, and this is, I guess, the way to keep the marriage going?
We're here at Sebring early in February instead of late in February. Lots of time to debug stuff, lots of time to learn, lots of time to have fun. And of course, we're having fun at it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's absolutely living the dream, and I don't think we see a lot of husband and wife teams in racing that are actually on the racetrack.
Boy, we know the Snows, pretty neat people that involved with Porsches for the most part, but they've run ALMS together. I think we're the only husband and wife grandparents driving in a pro series, but the Snows are another husband and wife team that have done what we're doing. They're pretty neat people. I enjoy being around them.
Well, as everyone knows, racing's a great sport. You meet a lot of friends. It's fun to do. You guys are having a great time, and it's amazing. Again, we started talking Waterford Hills. I've been there. I've actually been on the racetrack, and that's in my backyard, and I had never met you before until today.
Oh, that's too funny because, yeah, Waterford was our big home track, and then we started evolving into the regionals and nationals, and then when he got the bright idea to do this, it's like, okay, I'll
But
tag
if any
along.
Michigan people are listening and you want to start, Waterford Hills is a great way to get going.
Yep.
A lot of great people, a lot of helpful people. They'll jump in and help you get the knowledge you need to do something when you're in over your head. It's a great bunch of people.
Okay, what's your goal for the 12 hours of Sebring? You got 2 cars. Is there a goal in mind?
The goal is to win with the yellow one and get as close as we possibly can with the red one.
Well, congratulations on what you've done so far. Good luck in the 12 hours of Sebring, and hopefully you're going to get that invitation to the 24-hour Le Mans.
Let's hope. We really want to do that.